Hey, music teachers, if you want to achieve your goals, you're in the right place. I'm Gloria St. Germain from Ultimate Music Theory, and my special guest today is the beautiful Cindy. And we're talking about, yes, and we're talking about setting goals and achieving goals and kind of what does it take to actually cross that finish line? But before we do, Cindy, why don't you introduce yourself and let's kind of find out where you got started.
Okay, so I'm Cindy Van Aragon, and I started piano lessons when I was 4 years old.
Wow.
It's sort of been a part of my entire life. I started playing in the church when I was around 15, and I would often make descants and play out the tenor line while the organ was playing. And so I sort of created on the spot. I ended up teaching music to young children for a couple of years, and then I went off to university to get my music degree.
Nice.
And I discovered when I was 19 I could sing. I got asked to sing at my girlfriend's wedding, um, and I actually majored in voice. So voice performance is what I have for from the Royal Conservatory, because I also received my ARCT from the Royal
Nice.
Conservatory. So I teach voice, piano, and theory.
Yay. Well, it's even as you're telling your story, even in a nutshell, Cindy, it's like, congratulations, 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 because you were setting goals, achieving them, and then setting the next goal, and then setting the next one. And that's kind of what we're talking about today. And it's one of the reasons, and of course, Cindy, you and I met on one of our Ultimate Music Theory trainings, and we're running a 3-day live event. And it's exclusively for music teachers, where we're going to be talking about the mindset, strategies, and tools, and what does it take to set those goals and achieve them. And that's coming up in our Music Business Mastery Live event. I'll pop up the little link here so you guys can learn more about MusicBusinessMastery.live. And when I look back at your accomplishments since Music Business Mastery Live event, and you were there and joined the program, I've seen just massive growth. And the other day you did a post in our private exclusive teachers group. Could you share a little bit about that, what that meant for you as you were saying, wow, I'm actually going to acknowledge my accomplishments?
Mhm. I guess when I've worked through goals, I've never really I've never really celebrated them, and I've often underplayed them.
Yeah.
And your coaching calls once a week are very, very helpful and mindful. You say, what are your wins? What, like, let's share something that happened this week that is worth celebrating. And I hear some of them, I'm like, oh, yeah, that is a win. You interviewed a new student, or you finished your basic exam and you're now working on your intermediate. And so Ken Lim, who is also a member of Ultimate Music Theory, posted his wins, and I read it and I thought, I really need to share um, my goals that I had set for myself personally, and I didn't really share it. I said to my husband I'd like to do it within a year, but I never really sat down and worked it out strategically. I just knew that I was going to do homework every day, send in the exams, and if I had questions, contact Sheila. Um, when I finished, I thought it is worth celebrating. It is a big deal, and I need to recognize that, and I need my studio to recognize that. And I think your course, well, I know your course has helped me in my own confidence. I probably have dismissed a lot of moments in my life that I should have been celebrating, but you have brought that to my attention, and so I had to post it because these were goals that I set for myself, and it was, yep, did that, yep, did that, So thank you. And it is discipline, it's self-discipline, but I think as musicians, that is something we cultivate because we practice alone, right?
Yeah.
We
Yeah.
have our instrument in front of us, whether it's a violin or it's voice or it's piano. You need to practice on a daily basis, and that takes discipline. So I think that was very helpful in achieving the goal.
And I think one of the things you mentioned too in your post, and you were talking about Ken Lim. So Ken Lim is from Singapore. And
Mhm.
here you are, obviously not in Singapore, but I believe you're in Canada or the US. I'm not sure.
Canada,
Canada.
Canada.
And so when we think about even the support that we are giving music educators from around the world, we looked the other day at music educators that are involved in my program, and we actually have 44 countries. And
Wow.
I was like, 44 countries around the world all are like involved in the Ultimate Music Theory program.
Wow.
Wow. So I reflected on that and I thought, I need to celebrate that because
Yes,
actually this is the first time I've said it out loud. One of the team members said, you do know that we're in 44 countries, right? And I said,
that's
actually I didn't. So I think sometimes we need to celebrate those things. And with you connecting and just being influenced by Ken Lim from Singapore to say, yeah, I need to say a little bit about me too. And I think you mentioned the coaching calls, Cindy. And I think one of my favorite things is connecting music teachers, even with your accountability partner or someone that can lift you up. And sometimes it is those simple wins. I got a student. That's a win.
yeah.
I got this. I remember book first basic rudiments, and we need to celebrate every single step as we go. So now we're coming into Music Business Mastery. What is maybe some things that you can share with teachers that are thinking about, can I really do this? What is my next step? I mean, it's getting ready for thinking about how you're going to put your program together for the year. What would your little secret sauce be for advice for teachers?
If you're in a place where you feel you're just spinning the wheel and you've just been doing the same old, and life is a little bit stagnant, I would highly recommend this course. It's free. You're
Yeah,
going to get a lot of useful information. I wrote everything down. In fact, I reflected on it in the binder. And you challenge us. You open up the opportunity to say, hey, we can do group classes. And
yeah,
because I had music for young children experience, I thought, you're right. Like, I could do theory group classes. I could do piano group classes. I
yeah,
could do, and so it just kind of exploded. And you challenge us to, put those posters up, make those phone calls,
yeah,
set a goal for yourself, and book a club class. Like, get
yeah,
things going. And ultimately it's you, the
yeah.
person attending has to commit to themselves whether that's something that they want to do. The information's there. uh, the how to's are there.
Yes.
You certainly give a lot of tools and a lot of resources, and it's really ultimately it's up to the person. But
Yeah.
I would highly recommend it if you are needing a little boost.
Yeah, absolutely. And thank you for that, Cindy. And I think one of the reasons too that when teachers are coming into Music Business Mastery, it is 3 days and it is experiential. And that means that you're going to be taking action steps as you go through this 3-day live event. This is not just sit and watch. It is, you're going to have a workbook and you have
Yeah.
action steps to take every day to get you past the mindset of going, well, I can't do that, to
Mhm.
get you past going, well, I don't know where to start, and to get you past thinking like, well, I can't do that, because this is everything that I'm going to teach you in 3 days. So you can walk away and say, you know what? If Cindy can do it, I can do it. I can take these steps and I can move into the next part, because it's about teaching to the best of our ability, but also to always continue learning. I'm a forever student. I have coaches in my life because they elevate my skill set as a business owner. And I've had coaches in my life that elevated my skill set as a musician, right? So I think we need to just open that box and say, what does that look like for us? So you've
Mhm.
accomplished your goals: Ultimate Music Theory certified teacher, teaching group theory club classes, doing this, doing the happy dance. Now, we talked just before we went live about setting goals, and then we talked about kind of crossing the finish line, and then before you actually cross that finish line, setting another goal. Because I think if you don't set goals, then things are kind of boring, and then they're just the same old thing, the same old thing. So I challenge you now, Miss Cindy, what's the next goal that you want to set for yourself?
It would definitely be to increase my income, but not increase my time. So to work more efficiently.
Yeah.
I am implementing group lessons this year
Yeah.
outside of the theory. So
Yeah.
this is, a first time in a long time because I did MYC back in the 80s.
Yeah.
That was it was really young back then. Um, but I do want to see an increase in revenue. So that is my goal.
Mhm.
That will be the very thing that I work towards. So getting my name, my studio, what I have out there
Yeah.
is on the to-do list. And the fear about the what if and the oh no's, I might not, get the
Mhm.
phone calls. I'm not even going there.
Good.
There isn't an option. I'm going to move forward in that direction because that is where I want to be.
Mhm. And it's going to happen because your mindset has shifted. Many years ago too, when I thought, well, I'm not sure that I could do that. And we talked about setting that goal. And sometimes when we get closer to the goal, and then now it's going to happen because you've already got a couple of registrations in your theory club class. You've already been teaching, a couple, you already know, oh, this is what it feels like to cross the finish line. Now the next goal is coming up and you're saying, well, I did that. So now I'm just going to duplicate that. And it's often referred to as your comfort zone.
Mm,
So when you step outside your comfort zone and it's scary for a minute, but then you kind of get comfy there and then you step out your comfort zone again and it just broadens your expertise as a music educator and as a music business owner. And
mhm.
I really invite music teachers to come and experience this 3-day MusicBusinessMastery.live event because you're going to walk away with so much knowledge and information. And it's interesting, Cindy, because we've run the Music Business Mastery event and we run it from time to time throughout the year. And we see so many music educators such as yourself who have already been through the program and they still come. And one of the things Sheila shared with me today, and she's the Ultimate Music Theory certification examiner, and she said, Gloria, I always learn something
Yeah.
even though I maybe have heard it before. And I'm sure, Cindy, you can attest to this, is that when you teach a student, you may teach them the same lesson, but they might learn it differently this time. It might just be the aha moment that has come
Mhm.
up for them. So what is sort of the one aha moment that was your takeaway within the program?
Oh, now you put me on the spot. Um, I think the big one for me was that I can do this, and I have a support group behind me that is cheering me on.
Yeah.
You truly do celebrate with your teachers. You truly do care for them, and each little celebration moment that we have, you celebrate along with us. And so, community was a big one for me, and I found that with Ultimate Music Theory. Anytime there's questions that I need to ask, people are more than willing to answer and help or send me in the correct direction to
Yeah.
find the what I need. So just knowing that, like, if I set a goal, I know, well, you can call it accountability, but
Mhm.
I will have people along the way that will help me get there.
Yeah.
And that was, I think, an aha moment for me to experience a group that was authentic in seeing each other's studio grow and survive, or like not survive, thrive is what I should really say. Not survive, no.
Yes. Yeah. And I think that's so true because when you have that momentum and when you say something out loud, which I often do in the coaching calls, as you know, Cindy, and the reason I share my goals too is because even when you say something out loud, sometimes my stomach is turning and going, okay, Gloria, are you really going to say this out loud? Because it then makes me accountable to you as an Ultimate Music Theory certified teacher to go, well, Gloria, you said, right? So I think when we say things out loud and we share them, within our community, it makes us accountable, and it's more fun to celebrate. And I celebrate you, Cindy. I'm so proud of you and all of your accomplishments. I can't thank you enough. You're just a wonderful support to other teachers in the community as well. And I think that's part of it. It's not just you going, help me, help me, help me, but it's like, hey, I can help you. I can help you. And that's what I love about our community. So thank you so much, Cindy, for joining me today. And I look forward to seeing you at MusicBusinessMastery.live. And keep setting those goals, my friend.
Okay.
Thanks,
Thank
Cindy.
you.
Bye now.
Bye.